Hello once again, YouTubers. I'm Robert, and welcome to another Drake and Josh review series. We're to season 1, this time, episode 4. Two idiots and a baby.
Well, I never thought that it'd be so simple, but I found a way, I found a way. If you open up your mind, see what's inside. It's gonna take some time to realize. But if you look inside, I'm sure you'll find. Over your shoulder, you know that I told you I will always be picking you up when you're down. So just turn around. Ooh.
So we start off with Josh in the room on Drake's bed, Drake in the kitchen. Don't remember if he was getting some snack. Oh yeah, actually, yeah, he was. Josh was doing something else. We'll get to that. Josh talks about how it's like having Drake as a brother, which is cool. And Drake's the same thing, feels the same way about Josh, but says, but he's gotta stop, clipping his toenails on his bed. So Josh's like, this bed's comfy. Bye bye toenail. Basically clipping his toenails on Drake's bed. That's Drake all mentioned. Basically they talk about some things about how what to do and everything and all that. And all of a sudden we get to a part where Josh smells his foot, and Drake's smelling the milk, and basically says, "Oh, gross," and then we move away from that. Where you're in the bedroom. Josh is working on something. I'm using the one of those things that you use to shed wood, whatever. Which Josh was all working on something there, which I'm surprised he's not working in the garage. Instead of doing it in the bedroom. And meanwhile, Drake's in the room as well, playing his guitar on his bed. He's basically practicing because he's got a gig along with his band. Basically, he needs to practice, so he's trying to get Josh's attention, but Josh has earplugs on, not knowing what's going what's going on, outside of of his little Josh's world. So Drake goes to unplug the thing. Josh doesn't realize what's going on. Like, why it's not working? Like, really? He didn't bother checking to see how why isn't working and all that. And Drake's like trying to get his attention again and all. And Josh looks at Drake as he knows he's not he's standing there. He's like, I can't hear you. I'm wearing earplugs. And Drake's like, oh, okay. And as Josh is paying attention the whole thing of why it's not working. And then all of a sudden Drake pulls the earplugs. Basically the earplugs pertains to it connects with something that you can pull it off in a way, but nice gently. But Drake was like ah. And Drake's telling him, Josh, he's trying to practice. Can you build your own dorkish Josh project, whatever, somewhere else. So Josh takes offense of that and all, and says something about it's gonna be on one of the best cowpole. Basically that's basically what it was. It was a cowpole, and by looks of it, it works. And Drake's like, oh, that's cool. Hey, how about you getting on it and fling yourself out of my room? And Josh's like, this is my room. And then Drake's like, it's my room first. And then Josh's like, trying to compromise, right? And as he's trying to compromise, Drake's playing his guitar. Josh continues trying to talk. And he tries again, and then Josh is like, headaches. Now, did they go to the credits after that? The opening credits. Yeah, I think they did. Though I found a way, I found a way. Yes, they did. They did actually. And that's when Josh was working on his basically now you go downstairs where Josh was working on his cowpole. And this time he just had the earplugs on. But he's working on it. Also, Megan's is right behind Josh, trying to get a sample of his hair, basically, cut his hair. I'm like, what was she was trying to do there? And then, well, we couldn't know because the mother comes in, and you know, basically, the mother tells him, Josh, to, you know, turn it off that thing, because uh, the dad's on the phone with his boss, and all of a sudden Megan comes out, yeah, hi mom, and then Josh gets scared, like, wow, like where'd she come from? Oh man. Um. So basically, Megan says to her mom, "You look pretty, like thank you, sweetheart, like, 'cause me and my dad's going out, and then Josh's dad's like, no, we're not, saying that was his boss saying that the babysitter canceled them, so they cancel the dinner and all that. So, and he's looking disappointed, all saying that he's gonna get that promotion. Because for those who don't know, he's a weatherman, and his boss is you know tends to working at the studio, so tends to doing this, tends to anchormans and all that. Those type of jobs eventually. Um, so as Drake's going down, I think he's going to the kitchen with her, right? And also, Josh suggested volunteer. Me and Drake could babysit, and then Drake's like, babysit? What? And Josh's like, oh, boys, thank you so much. And Drake starts basically saying, but I got a band to play, and I'll call my boss, and you get your hair done. Basically talk to the wife and all that, right? And then she says, my hair is done. And he's like, the dad, I know. I'll call my boss. Oh my god. Maybe her hair wasn't long enough. Maybe. And Drake is looking upset at Josh and all that. So Drake's upset at Josh. Asked her in the garage with the band, basically saying how could you volunteer to babysit and all, right? And then, discussing about this whole thing, how you know about Josh's dad and all. And Drake's like, well, my band's your audition, whatever, is a lot more important than your dad's dinner, whatever, right? And basically, they talk about the baby and all, how bad could it be, taking care of a baby. And then Sky, the drummer, is like, I don't know. Said something about how he saw a movie about a baby alligator. Then the guitarist, Rena, excuse me. It's like, no one talking about an alligator. Then he starts saying, well, but maybe we should start before, maybe someone should start before it's too late. And I asked myself, too late for what? I don't remember exactly what he said with to the baby alligator was since this movie he saw. But let's see. Also, the Galloway shows up. Pertains to the husband and wife and and the baby. And also, they get ready to go upstairs to meet the Galloways. Drake's like telling him, before they go upstairs, like, I'll help you with the baby, until I leave with my band. After that, the baby's your problem, right? All of a sudden, Sky says, grab it by the tail, whatever, and like, huh? And I'm like, whatever. So, they're going to go on leave for dinner, but Mrs. Galloway, the mother, basically, told him what to do, what tends to, the baby, the baby's right now sleeping, sleeping throughout the night. So, in case he wakes up, all he needs is a bottle of milk, which she got from him. And Drake, Josh, like, see, all we need is, and then all of a sudden she brings out baby food formula, and this. Oh, and also you need all of these, all these toys she brought with her, like, wow, she's that kind of mother. And she talks about this little bear toy. Yes, turn the head like this. I've been working on the railroad all along the day. Yeah, it's kind of weird that the baby toy of a teddy bear, you have to turn the head. I'm not gonna not go any further than that, so we'll just move on. Um, so now they get ready to go to dinner. You know, they're leaving, and then all of a sudden we see Megan on like, I don't know what she's up to. So obviously I knew what she was up to, but she has some kind of glue marker. It looked like that's what it was. Where it tends to gluing the phone onto the the phone machine, whatever. And then she leaves. Well, she was still hanging around in the in that area, but still. And then Drake's like, well, see ya. And then Josh stops and like, wait a minute, are you gonna help me with the baby? Like, help me with what? The baby's is asleep. It's gonna be sleeping throughout the whole night. Also, Megan, at discussing all this, Megan was calling on the house phone. Because I think she's got her own cell phone, whatever. Um, I don't know, but also you hear the ringing, ring, and then Barry wakes up crying and like, oh, and then Drake tells Josh to get the phone. Josh goes get the phone, but as soon as it goes to the phone, it's like, oh, like like answer it, I'm trying, I'm pulling, and then all of a sudden, it did came off, but then they got if it went to the fish tank where the fishes are at. Josh is taking care of the baby while Drake's taking care of the phone that's what tends to the fishes. Like Josh is like, oh, the baby, and then Drake's like, oh, the fishes, and Megan with that evil twisted little smile on her face. She caused all this. Oh my god. So they're trying you know to calm the baby down. Josh at one point always carrying the baby, and I can't remember what else they did until we got to the part where they're feeding the baby, but the baby didn't want any, and then also you heard fart sounds as the baby puking out food, whatever, of the baby formula. And I see himself, maybe he did both at the same time. I don't know. Um, about the baby's name is Max. I should mention that too, by the way. Reminds me of this animated series, Fantastic Max from Cartoon Network. Does anyone remember that, by the way? If you had all grew up during my time, yeah, I know what that was all about. Fantastic Max. I missed that show, by the way. And the song, how does the song go? Fantastic Max. Anyways, moving on. But yeah. Also, Josh is putting on his earplugs. Drake pulls away from him like, ah. Because the baby's continuing is crying, and Josh is trying to get it back on, right? And they're pulling, and it broke. So much for that. Then they had this baby toy where it tends to it's one of those toy hammers. Uh, you know, you know, you know, that makes that squeak sound. I don't know how to make a squeak sound. Um, again, anyways, but Drake is saying just with it, and like Josh's like, like really, it's a baby toy. It's a squeaky. It's a squeaky. It's not gonna hurt you. And then Drake does it again to Josh, and Josh again acting like he's getting hurt from it. Like, it doesn't hurt. And then Drake does it again, and Josh attacks Drake. Attack Drake. From the Doogie Buggy episode. So reference there, by the way. So and then we get to the part where they're playing with the toy. It tends to the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and and then basically Drake and Josh are having fun with it, and like it's puppy for the baby. And then all of a sudden Drake is giving him the baby money. And at this point they don't know what to do, so there's a stand there with the baby and crying because they don't know what to do. So they're crying and all. And then all of a sudden they go downstairs with the baby in the garage, and the bands are a little frustrated that they haven't got any type of rehearsal yet and all. And Paul, who's also another I think he's who plays the bass of the since that guitar, or maybe maybe it's just another type of guitar. Anyway, but but point is he plays guitar too. So he suggests maybe he's filled, pertains to pooping. So maybe he needs a changing of a poop, no, right? So let's see where they lead to from there. Oh yeah, Josh suggests Drake to look in there or at least smell it, right? And Drake refuses to do any of that, and he also refuses to also change too. Um, Also, you see Scotty, because the whole thing is suggesting to smell him, and then basically smell it, and he said I'll smell it, so they let him smell it. He smells it, and he doesn't act like it didn't smell. So Reno's like, well, yeah, it's not that bad. And Drake's like, really? Smells it, and like, oh, that's the worst thing I've ever smelled. And Scotty goes to smell his on the baby's butt. Like, oh, you mean that? Oh, yeah, that reeks. Like, so what you been smelling before? We'll get to the other part that happened from that scene, because that scene was cut based on what was said once we get to Drake and Rena. So keep that in mind, folks. So Josh is like, oh come on, how bad could it be? And he smells it and like, and Drake's like, Josh, and all of a sudden he takes the baby from Josh as he falls, faints, and you could, I don't know if anyone could can catch this or see this in a way, but Josh, when he fell, you could see pertains to the camera angle, the way the way it was filmed, you could see the crash pad. You could blatantly see the crash pad right there. I'm sure it wasn't meant to be that way, but I don't know. But I just thought I should bring that up because it was notable. If you had seen that episode, when Josh falling down on his back, yeah, I know what I'm talking about. So they go up upstairs, Drake and Josh, and they have Megan helping to change the baby, by the sink. I guess then they had no baby wipes. And then all of a sudden, I'm not sure it came across that way, the way it looked, but it looked like the baby Max peed on Drake, Josh, and Megan, and Megan's screaming, like she's like someone's gonna kill her. Basically, they used the baby diapers to wipe themselves. Basically, Drake and Josh did. Um, and now they have no diapers, and now we're gonna amuse, right? So Megan looks up, and the boys looks up too and all, and yeah, they're gonna miss the shower. I mean not shower curtains. The kitchen curtains. I meant to say. So they put it on. And at this point, Megan's gone. At this point, cause they're now in the room, living room, I should say. That's we're basically between the living room and the diner. So they got the diaper on, I mean, if you want to call it a diaper at this point. And then Drake's like, that baby cannot look any stupid now. And like, Josh's like, you insulted me. See what you do? Like, where's that toy of his that makes him go to sleep? Like, you have to go check over there. Basically, the taper, to wind the head. I've been working on the red, and also it stopped. Like, wait a minute, why stop? And then Drake's like, well, wind it again, and then Drake winds it again, and boom. he, he took the head off the teddy bear, and Josh sees what happened there. Like, I said, wind and not murder it. Oh my god! But that's what I meant. Martin's the whole doing the whole winding yeah. So now what do they do now? Well, Drake gets his guitar, his other guitar, um, and sings the song along with Josh. I've been working on the railroad all the long day. And how did Josh go? Where it tends to he basically you know tweaked it a little. Where it tends to singing the the song "Working on the Railroad," and like really, Josh, come on, just it's it's supposed to be a lullaby type of song, not a you know turn up a notch type of song of working on the railroad. All of a sudden, the baby realizing it's he's getting into it. Well, it's not really getting into it, but the baby at this point is falling asleep now, and like finally, all of a sudden, you someone's picking them up, the band, they ready to go to the gig. So Drake goes along, and Josh's like, wait, what the baby ready to suck? And that he's asleep now. You'll be fine. And next thing I know, volunteers the baby's sick, you know, and but and Drake, Josh's like, but I don't know how to play the guitar. No, if he wakes up again, what? No, and then Drake's like, well, you figure something out. I gotta go later. And Josh's like, well, wait, I need you. And then Josh's like, okay, no, Drake's right, everything's fine, you know, his catapult is it's almost finished. Can't remember what else he said from there at that point, but then he says the baby is the baby is gone, and then the baby's gone. So then Josh is looking all over the living room and all, the diner room as well, making a complete mess. Trying to look for the baby and all, and he's like, oh, I hear crying, and like, oh wait, it's me. Like, and then he goes downstairs to the garage to see if he can find Max from there. And about before we move on, just Drake, not Drake, Josh, I should say, is panicking and all and everything, right? About where's the baby and all, right? Like how the baby's missing, the baby's gone, and like, well, I don't know how Josh, couldn't figure this out, from the get go, because he was all stressed out and all. Maybe had he known, pertains to the baby being missing, like pertains to other things too, you know, pertains to finding things, which we'll get to more of that later. Maybe it was someone that, you know, is playing tricks on you, playing pranks on you, for the sake of torturing you. I'm just saying. We'll get to that later. But Josh is in the garage and, looking for the baby and saying, oh, wait, I got an idea. Marco, oh, come on, Max, you know this. Say Polo. And like, what am I thinking? Babies don't swim. Yeah, that's right. Babies don't swim, just like they don't talk. So Drake's like, I mean, not Drake, Josh, I should say. Josh is like, I'll call Drake. So he's calling Drake in the phone at the garage. And, he, Drake, and then, hey, this is Drake. And like, I'm not, I can't answer his phone right now. So, and oh, the voicemail and all. And then Josh's like, Drake, I need your help. I'm running over the house. The baby won't say Polo. And also you hear the noise from upstairs, like, what was that? And like, Drake called me. So he goes upstairs. Also we cut to Drake and his band. They get ready to set things up on the stage. Guys, guess they got 20 minutes before they get on stage, whatever. And Rena, basically smells Drake, and asks him why you smell like dirt diapers. And Drake's like, because I having to change, because I actually had to go change the diaper, unlike you who just left us alone. Basically, the scene I was talking about, that Rena wasn't there, that she attends to the baby, changing the baby's diaper. No, we'll get to more of that later, but because remember, attends to the whole thing with Josh smelling the baby's diaper too, and then he fainted and everything. There was a part, before we get to that part, there was a part there that was supposed to be in there that was cut out of the scene. But we'll get to that later. But anyways, so basically, like I said, Drake's like, because I actually had to go change the baby's diaper, unlike you who just left us here alone. And then Rena's like, oh, I mean, kind of like how you left Josh alone with the baby, to come here. And then he's like, come on, it was different because he not and I be quiet. And like yeah exactly Drake, be quiet. So anyways, so the game goes set up on stage and all that, right? And Drake's just thinking, and all this, right? Pertains to everything that's going on. Also, we go back to to the house where Josh is looking for Max, and he knows that his the noise it was from his cow pole, and he knows there's the baby's you know kitchen curtain diaper, and he looks at the window like, oh, no, there's no way that the baby got flung into the window, and he basically he misses a football, and he flunked it. He flunked the on the on the football, and all of a sudden the football bounced outside the window. Basically hitting the side of the window, and then like some from on like a top corner of it, and then out the window. And Josh was like, "No, I flunked the baby." And I'm saying to myself, wait a minute. So basically, you're comparing a football to a baby. Now, if you had a doll to do that, it would have been a different case, because if it was a doll, it would not got into the window, went into handing like some from the corner there, and then of course a football's going to go out there because it bounces. That's our check. Dolls don't bounce, not even babies. But don't try that, by the way. But into trying to bounce a baby. But yeah, also you'll be cut to back to the Drake and Josh. I mean, not Drake and Josh. To Drake with his band. Drake and Rena are working on with the right tone to retains the right tune, I should say, of the of the guitar. And also two fangirls walks up to Drake. They came in to see him perform, and also they smell something like it smell like dirty diapers. And then Drake's like, oh that's our guitarist Paul. Like, really? You're gonna do your guitarist Paul under the bus? You can't do that to Scotty, the drummer, who's weird of his own. And then Drake's like, Paul's got issues. Like, again, you could have done that to Scotty. Scotty is one with issues. He's the dumb one with issues. Wow, I couldn't believe that. Because Paul is a cool dude. So, anyways, so we go back to Josh. He's looking for the baby outside because apparently that's where the baby is. I guess he's not that smart enough to know that Megan was involved in all this. So let me go back to Josh, looking for the baby. Hey, because apparently he has to figure it out. Yeah, but what's been going on this whole time? Because apparently with the cow pole, the baby was flung out there. Not knowing that the baby if that was the case, by the way, the baby would have been dead. But I guess Josh ain't that smart enough to figure out who's behind all this. So Josh is looking for the baby. And when it comes to the football being launched out of by the cow pole out to the window outside the out the house, or out the window. All of a sudden we see the football appear on the, what was that called? Where it tends to that's on the roof. I keep forgetting what it's called. The gutter hole, whatever thing it is. That's basically what football is, basically on the roof. So Josh is like, oh my, the football landed on the roof. Basically, my capo had the football, capo to the roof. Or no, right? I can't remember how he said, But basically, Josh like, realized the football's up there. Not knowing who set the football up there too, by the way, retains this whole thing. Again, we'll get to it. But Josh is like, oh, the capo had my football land on the roofs. So I wonder if the baby's on the roof. And then also he gets a call from someone. He thought it was Drake. So, oh, Drake, I'm glad you called. The baby is just fine. It's Mrs. Galloway. So she's calling to see what's going on with the baby, and basically oh, he's fine, he's right here and all. Oh, you want to talk to him? He's busy right now. Can I take a message? Oh, okay. Oh, well, here he is. And then he goes, and he, Mrs. Galloway. Basically, we see the where the Galloways and the park. Well, I shouldn't say the Parkers. Because with Walter Nichols being married to Aubrey Parker. Basically at this point they're the Nichols. So um, but the Nichols. But yeah. So anyways, so she's talking to the talking to the baby, which is Josh. Um, and all of a sudden, Josh is like, ma ma, and like, oh my god. First of all, the baby shouldn't be saying mama at this point. So basically, Josh already is trying to blow everything, retains this whole thing. So the mother falls for it. She's excited. Oh, that's his first word. Say it again. And then Josh's like, mama. So, of course, dinner was over. Even though they never got a chance to eat dinner. Based on how I seen it, they were reading the menu. They never got a chance to eat anything yet, and she's already want to leave. Like, I gotta be there for this moment. Get my purse, John. I'm trying to remember if that's his name, John. And then she says to him again, "Get my purse." And like, why couldn't you get it? You could have got right there. Like, oh my god. So also let me get to Drake. He's on the phone to listen to a voicemail, and basically Rena when they went to stage, to get ready, and Drake listens to the from the voice message from Josh. I'm running over the house. The baby won't say polo, and then we see Paul and the two fangirls there. They're waiting for Drake to come, and Drake's like, I'll be right there. Um, and we hear the part of Josh saying, Drake, call me, and Drake basically looking on concern, and like, should I really be here, or should I just forget about this and just go tell my brother? So he goes on stage. So at this point we thought he made a decision to just go along with the band, with the of his performance. So yeah, she went off with his gig, and Josh went to get a ladder, and he sets the ladder up to go to see if the baby's up there, and as he's on hanging on the gutter thing, ladder falls, and Josh's like, oh, this couldn't get worse. Oh, no, no. Oh man. And then also Drake shows up. Like, oh, Drake's there. And basically Josh's like, Drake, you're here. Yeah, my gig got canceled. And he gets Josh doesn't get the ladder from him. And then Drake's like, hey, where's the baby? And Josh is like, possibly on the roof. And then Drake loses his mind. Like, you put the baby on the roof? And like, no, but it's conceivable that he's up there, with my catapult. Basically, saying, the baby's missing, the house is ruined, some mess and all, and my dad's gonna get fired. And then Drake asks, hey, where's Megan? And then Josh, like, I don't know, I haven't seen her since the baby's has been missing. Yeah. And Drake's like, I see. Drake figured out from right there how Josh, who is smart, I mean, let's call it as it is. Drake, we'll get to more about Drake about what his character was developed later on, but we all know Josh's character. He's very intelligent on that, right? He should be smarter than that. How do you not use your brain to know that Megan was involved of all this? and yet Drake figured it out right there on the get go. But then again, Josh doesn't know making that much, which is why Drake knows making that much because obviously they're brothers and sisters. So Drake's like, I think I know what the baby is, and then Drake leaves, and Josh is like, okay, I'm coming down, and then all of a sudden he tried to get down, but let her tilt down, and Josh's like, oh come on. And then we see Drake in the garage with Megan. Megan's playing with some toys, whatever. All right, where is he? And then Megan's like, I think he's hanging out in the gutter. And like, and I realized, not remember it is called a gutter. I don't know why I said gutter hole in the first place. Uh, I mean, she said, I think he's dangling on the gutter. And Drake's like, not Josh, the baby. Drake, is not fooling around with all this, right? And then Megan's like, why do you think I had the baby? And then Drake's like, because you're an evil, twisted little girl. And Megan's like, oh, thank you, Drake. And then he had enough of this. Yeah, picks her up. Where's the baby? All of a sudden, we see Josh, once again dangling on the gutter, from the gutter, and he basically talks about this is karma, right? Karma, just get to get me back, right? Because he forgot to his turtle Sheldon, right? And he died and all that, and this is his punishment. Like, Sheldon, see, now we're even. And all of a sudden we hear a voice, and then Josh's like, Sheldon, and ends up being Josh's dad, basically the Galloways, and the Nichols are back, and basically they wonder what's up there, like he just hanging around, and they told him to get down, right? And I said, so get the ladder for him. They basically Josh, okay, catch me. He jumps, let's go, and he, Josh dad was supposed to catch him, but instead it was Mr. Galloway getting crushed by Josh. The dad just just stands there not doing anything to get Josh off of his boss, until his boss said, Walter, uh yeah, Mr. Galloway, your son is on me. I'm so sorry. Like, I guess it was during this episode, by the way. I guess I never realized it before until I, looking back at it now. That's when they reveal Josh's dad's name, Walter. So, but I still don't recall when they address the name Audrey, when it tends to Drake's mom. Now, did I say Audrey before, or did I say Aubrey? Because they both sound the same to me, except when it tends to Aubrey is with a B, and Audrey is with a D. So, and I'm not talking about what tends to the first name. I'm talking about what tends to the third. I mean, not the first name. I meant to say the first letter. I'm talking about what pertains to the third letter of the name. But anyways, so they want to know what's going on and where's the baby, and basically Josh like, well, Drake's inside and all, and they was gonna go inside to check on the baby, and Josh just tried to stop them. It's a nice night out. Go for a walk or a vacation. And they didn't they didn't, obviously they didn't buy it into to Josh's suggestion there, and go in the room. I mean, in the room, in the house, I meant to say. And Josh like stops them, like, oh, wait, look, I can explain. Here's what happened. And then all of a sudden, you see Drake and Megan singing, I've been working on the railroad all long day with the baby. And like, oh, hello. And then the Mrs. Galloway goes to the her son, the baby son, saying, say mama, even though he's sleeping. I said, so yeah, he's gonna say mama while he's sleeping. and all of a sudden we see uh you know you know Walter and Bob. Oh yeah, okay, remember now. His name is Bob. I thought it was John, but I must have thought about something else. What's his name? John. So my apologies, folks. It was Bob Galloway. So yeah, so we see Bob and Walter talking. And basically, the boss looks happy. Josh is talking to Drake about how'd you do it? The baby is back and all. The house is nice. It basically is neat and all. The dad's boss looks happy. Um, and again, you see Mrs. Galway, is is trying to get the baby say mama, even though the baby is sleeping. And then they come in to leave. Basically Mr. Galway is telling Walter, thanks for a nice time. Like, and Walter's like, thank you, Bob. And then Bob, Mr. Galway said, please, Walter, call me Mr. Galway. Well, so much for that promotion. um, and then they're leaving, and she's again, say mama, say mama. That mom's got issues. Um, so the mother, is gonna send Megan to bed. Basically, oh, Megan, did you help the baby? The boys with the baby? And Megan's like, I sure did, mom. In a way, she kind of did. When you read about watch this episode, she did, and that's sweet. Okay, now, well, off to bed now. And yeah, so it was good night for the mom and dad, and Megan. As Drake and Josh, still stay up a little bit more, and Josh, dad Walter says to the boys, "Thank you, boys. I owed you guys. It just meant a lot." And then Josh like, "I owe you one." To Drake, like where'd you find the baby? And Drake explains, the same, uh, you know, the same place. I mean, the same thing that pertains to any type of things that was missing, which is Drake, Josh stuff, whatever. It pertains to Josh stuff or something that basically Drake mentioned that whole thing about this the same thing pertains to where I found your thing was wherever and everything. And then Josh was like, Megan. Yep. And then Josh is asking Drake why what's his get canceled, right? And basically Drake tried to come up with some excuse like, oh, it was overbooked, wherever, you know. And then Josh like, no, you cancel your game, to help me because you love me. Drake's like, well, I knew that tonight was important, so, and Josh like, yeah, it meant a lot to my dad. And then Drake's like, hey, he's my dad too. And then we get to the mom, boys, why does the kitchen curtain smell like baby poop, whatever, something like that, right? So they're tucking down, especially Drake, tucking down like this. Yeah, so much for Drake getting away with everything, right? Away with Drake gets away with everything, right? Wow, crazy. Basically, but that's basically where the end of the show is, and then we get to the credit scenes where we see that deleted scene that I mentioned before, by the way, where it's on the back with the garage, with the band, with the baby too, where the whole thing with the baby diapers smelling and all, and it needs to change. So after Scotty smelling the baby's diaper, um where it tends to Josh saying, "Oh, come on, how bad could that be?" Now it was between those things, it was cut out. Where it tends to what Drake said. Drake said, I'm not gonna change the baby's diaper and all. Like, hey, Rena, you're a girl. Why don't you go change the baby's diaper? And she's like, oh, sure, oh, that's fine. And then she's like, 1 second, and then she goes, leave, through the garage, the door, from that side. And then all of a sudden, she gets in the car, drive away. And I can't remember who said this. I think it was Josh who may have said it. He may have said, I don't think she's coming back. Basically, she drove away. Smooth, Drake, real smooth. You're a girl. Won't you change his diaper? That was that was insulting to her. Yeah, that was very insulting to her, and that's why she left. That's where we got that part where when Drake mentioned that whole thing where, unlike you who left us there all alone, you know. Oh man, so there you go. That was it, and that will do it for this episode of Drake and Josh, for season 1, episode 4, Two Idiots and a Baby. All right, so I'm gonna talk a little bit more about the episode of Two Babies and a Two Idiots and a Baby, I should say. So we're on to the baby. You know, the whole thing with babysitting is really hard thing. It's really hard to babysit too because since the babies, they you gotta entertain them, not waste any time with them at all. You spend a lot of time with them, giving them the attention that they need, that they deserve. Um, Especially when it tends to a toddler like Max was. Um, where it tends to doing what Drake and Josh were doing there, basically, like that whole thing. That's besides the point, Um, you know, but also you gotta know what you're doing with the baby at the end of the day, how to carry the baby, how to feed the baby, how to change the baby's diapers, how to um, you know, again entertain the baby too, you know. So not much to say about that. And always know what the baby wants. Um, but then again, I wouldn't know that much anymore because since to because I remember growing up, always where since having babies around, um man, I do miss those days, by the way. But but I tell you what, that it is not as easy as it is. Believe me. Um, but it's whatever. But anyways, but as far as the sense to the Galloways, we don't see that anymore. But what we do hear from to Mr. Galloway himself, later on those of these seasons moving forward. Um, for a reason he doesn't. I know he doesn't like Walter. Um, uh, I don't know. Maybe it's one of those type of things that he prefers. Other Watermans that are more intelligent than Walter and all. I don't know, but fact is, um, you know, Walter never gets a promotion. He never gets the break that he needs. Returns to his job of being the weatherman. So, um, because his boss is not, fond with him at all. So, he's fond of other guys still. Just this one guy. You know, including this one guy. So we'll get to that momentarily. When we get there. But the bands, I want to talk about the bands here. So we get to see the bands, um, you know, for the rest of this season of for season 1, and it started from pertains to the Believe Me Brother episode. where we didn't know much about them. Also, we start getting a little more about them pertains to this episode of two babies, two idiots and a baby, two idiots and a baby, where we get to learn their names this time. Paul, the guitarist, Sky, the drummer, and Rena, the guitarist. You know, um, 2 or 3 seems cool to me, and one, obviously, he's probably all right, but he's an idiot, and he ends up being a little more than just an idiot and all right and whatever. But we'll get to him when we get to the final episode of this season 1 when we get to that, because we got another episode pertains to the bands. Seeing them again. Until we get to the final episode, but pertains to Paul. All we know of him is he plays guitar, and he sounds like a cool dude. He looks like a cool dude. To hang out with. Same thing with Rena, who's a cool chick. To hang out with, and she seems cool. And as far as Scotty, we all know what he is. He's basically an idiot. Um, I mean, he looks alright. He he's all. I guess he is alright in a way, but again, we'll get to more of him. As more of these episodes come by for season 1. But not much to say of him. But he's but they're talented in their own ways. Because again, Sky plays the drums, Rena plays the guitar, and then you have Paul also plays the guitar. And not much to say about those 3. It's a shame we don't see two out of the 3 of them move forward anymore. Maybe they had another show they did during that time, maybe, I don't know, or it's whatever. I guess the same thing goes with the one who also played Trevor, when it comes to that episode of Doom Buggy. So, because you hear Trevor's name mentioned a lot, moving forward after that too, but you don't see him ever again. And when it comes to the bands, you don't hear them anymore either. When it comes to Drake's original bands on these in season 1 here, we don't hear from them or see them ever again. And it's unfortunate too. We'll get to that when we get to to that final episode of this season. But yeah, other than that, I got not much to say about that. I mean, I could talk about a little more about the episode too, which is to what Megan was doing there. Basically putting Josh into that that stress. Oh man, takes taking care of the baby that he volunteered himself and Drake. Without Drake's approval, even though he knew that Drake's had a band, to a gig for his band to do. In the way, I was being a little selfish there, because to help out his dad for his dinner, which is getting that promotion that he never got, by the way. Yeah, so much for that. But other than that, I don't know what else to say. Other than I'm looking forward to the next episode of Drake and Josh. Chance to. Obviously, I'll let you know what the next episode is. The next episode is gonna be
First Crush.
And we'll get to that when we get to it. But yeah, I love this episode too. Either way, Two Idiots and a Baby. This was a very good episode that I enjoyed. 2 thumbs up. And as far as the next episode, I'll chance to
First Crush.
We're gonna find out what that's all about too, and how that episode ends up being pretty good too, and funny in the many ways. And pertains to the episode, you can see a familiar face in that episode, not from the Drake's bands, but someone else from episode 1, I should say, from the season 1, and we'll get to that. But other than that, I got nothing to say about this. And then I'll see you all next week, another edition of the Drake and Josh review series. Because this was season 1, episode 4, 2 Idiots and a Baby. and was just looking forward to a next episode of it. Because it's gonna be focusing pertains to Josh on the episode, and also pertains to this episode of Two Idiots and Baby. It focuses a lot on Drake and both Drake and Josh pertains to other brother relationship and all pertains to pertains for the dad as well. Um and yeah, not much for that too here. So that being said, I'm gonna head out here now. So hope you all enjoy this review, and I'll catch you all next time. So you'll be well, stay safe, take care of yourself, everything that's going on in the world, and you know that's all I need to say from there. So for all you Drake and Josh fans, and whatnot, but what that's how Josh always says too, whatnot. I'll see you next time. So take care.